Welcome back to the Ride Laugh Podcast. If you love mountain biking, you are in the right place. Picture your last really fun group ride. You're back at the parking lot. The Stoke is high. Everyone's talking about the ride, the bikes, jumps, tech, nutrition. That's what we talk about here every week on the Ride Laugh Podcast. You love bikes. We love bikes. Let's drop in. Sage, I stumbled on that one for a second. What happened?
You really did. You're like, wait,
I'm
where
a
are we?
little rusty. You know what it's just like riding, you know, sometimes you're locked in on the trail and you're flowing, you're an autopilot. Everything's just like going perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you're overthinking, and I'm getting into the intro and it's autopilot. I've done this intro, you know, freaking 100 times.
At least.
It's total autopilot. And as I'm talking, I realized that my camera isn't lined up the way that I want it for the YouTube audience. My camera's not lined up. And I was like, wait a second, I think I might. And so suddenly I'm talking, the autopilot's like, this is too much thinking. And we're going offline. The autopilot got overwhelmed. All of a sudden I'm stumbling through this thing.
Oh
it's
boy.
Just, you know, bikes and life. It's the same thing.
Synchronicities.
Overthink it.
Yep.
See what happens. Yeah.
See what happens.
Overthinking. It never really works out. The overthinking never really works out.
No, it never does. No, absolutely not. How are you otherwise?
I am great. And how are you?
I had a really rough
week. What are we doing? Little pleasantries. No one likes that. No one likes these stupid how are yous. You know what I mean? Like when I see people, I try not to say how are you.
Yes.
It's hard.
Well,
you know what I mean? Because like really, like you're not really asking, but you are. In this case, I actually am asking, and these are legitimate. How are you?
They're legitimate. Absolutely. Come on, man.
The Ride and Laugh guys, legitimate how are yous. Listener, how are you? Ride and Laugh 1 at Gmail, YouTube comments. How are you? Open-ended. Let us know. We're genuinely curious. We are doing our listeners a huge favor today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm about to go away for a week with my family. We're celebrating my wife being cancer-free. We're going on a family vacation.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. Very exciting.
Yeah.
But we kind of found ourselves, Ride and Laugh, we kind of found ourselves back in this place where we had done the shorter episodes. We came back, we did the one full-length episode.
Yep.
And we didn't really want to just like go right into 2 quick rips. We were like, let's let everyone know that, you know, maybe this isn't going to be a full-length episode because time's an issue right now.
Yes.
But we still want to get an episode out. It's pretty awesome.
This is edge of the seat stuff here. I'm sure our audience is like, yes, thank you for telling us about the ins and outs of the production life.
Oh, is it too much TMI?
Yeah.
Is that going to all be edited out? Let's go back to how are you? Well, let's just go back to the general how are you?
Yeah, they're like bored as AF. That's what they are.
Oh, I thought we were doing everyone a favor, and you're like, no, this is boring. No, this is not. It's not good content. It's not. And now we're dragging it out. We have limited time, and we're spending it explaining why we're doing a podcast. You're like, yeah, you guys have a podcast. You should be recording. We get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy.
If it's not the full length, it's not going to have, you know, all the meat and potatoes that our usual hour long have, but
it's not there's a reason for that matters. That's right. It is not the length that matters. We're providing a good show. Trust me. Trust me on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's how you listen.
It's not the
length that matters. It's how you listen. Sounds like something a single guy would say.
That's right. Yeah. That's why I said it.
Okay. Well, I do have some like pretty important, well, not important, pretty interesting things to share.
Okay.
First, I rode a dirt bike.
What? Yo, you mean Moto?
Yeah.
This like a Moto.
Yes.
Wow. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's this place here. It's DBT, Dirt Bike Training. Yeah. It's about 20 minutes from the house. My wife saw this on socials or something like that, and they do dirt bike training. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. You know, maybe we'll do that someday. Yeah. And I just didn't really take it all that seriously. Of course, you and I have had tons of conversations about the riders that we know that have a dirt bike or a moto background.
Yeah.
And does that translate? And we've had a lot of and it does translate. Most of the people with legit moto backgrounds,
oh my gosh,
are really good downhill shredder, like really comfortable at speed, like just really good on a mountain bike. But then we were wondering, well, what if you got into dirt bike later?
Right.
Would that translate?
Yes.
Right? Is that worth your time? If it's something that, of course, if you enjoy it, it's worth your time. But so for the holidays, my wife went and got me a gift certificate to this dirt bike training.
Yeah.
So now I'm like locked in, and it's a 6 month. You had 6 months to use it,
Yeah.
And I could tell I wasn't super excited about it because I wasn't signing up to do it. And then she's like, that 6 months is going to expire. And like, I paid for it.
Right.
So you're right. So I called and I scheduled it. Yeah. And I woke up that morning and I wasn't really excited about it. I mean, it's really out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
It really is. I've never ridden a motorcycle or a dirt bike. I've driven, I could drive stick, so I know how to use the clutch on a car.
Sure. But
I was nervous about the, really the basic function of the whole thing. And let me tell you, they did a great job. This place, it's a 4-hour class.
Yeah.
And there was a 6-year-old kid there. And then all the way up to like a 60-year-old guy that we're all learning dirt bikes.
All right.
And
yes.
They start you on a really small bike. Like everyone gets this like little 125cc Honda bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm like squeezed on this thing. I'm way too big for this thing. Yeah. And then the boots that they had, I'm a size 13 boot. So their dirt bike boots are pretty big.
Yeah.
I'm a size 13. And the boots they gave me, like I couldn't, they were killing my feet. I was like, I got to try a size 14. And they gave me a 14 and those fit. But meanwhile, I'm on this tiny little bike with these big giant boots. And anyone that rides moto or dirt bikes or a motorcycle, like, there's a lot you do with your feet, right? You break the rear wheel with your right foot. Yeah. And your left foot is shifting.
Right.
So it was just like a real challenge fitting on this thing. And wait till you see the pictures. It's,
oh boy.
I mean, you feel like I look like a mantis on a motorcycle, on a mountain bike. I'm praying on this dirt bike. Yes. Eventually they did get me on a bigger bike. Once the instructor, Trevin, who was awesome, he was like, hey, you look like you got pretty good throttle control. I'm not worried about you getting on the bigger bike.
Okay.
And I think it'll be worth it. So at the end, they got me on the bigger bike and it was so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It was interesting. Questions.
Yeah, a ton of questions. I mean, like, so what was the speed like? And first of all, were you able to, because of your stick shift background, were you able to pick it up quickly? That's, I guess, is the first question.
I would say that's what I struggled with the most was just like getting shifting gears. Yeah. They only really got us into second. I went into third gear at one point. It's a pretty small little dirt track. Yeah. And the bike's big, and so part of the lesson is counter steering, which you have to do if you're going to have any speed to fly around this track. And then there's the inside track, which has like berms and rollers and tabletops. Yeah. So if you were good, you could certainly like start jumping those and that sort of thing. Which I was not. That
was my follow-up.
I was going gaming speed. Yeah. No, I never really got that comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's only, it was only a couple hours, but they had you standing on the bike and it was really like, the nuts and bolts of, if you like this is how you get into it. This is how you start. So to answer your question, didn't go very fast, I don't think.
Okay.
Like I said, second gear, maybe third gear for a touch, just to see how it felt.
Yeah. Would you do this again? Could you see how this would help for mountain biking?
I didn't walk away from it like I need to do this.
Okay.
I walked away like, wow, that was really hard. That was a challenge. If I wanted to get into this, like I would have to put a lot of time and practice in, which is what Steve at Ben Spokes told us when he tried it. Yeah. He was like, it's so much. Yeah. And I feel like I'm pretty far away from having fun on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I do wonder, because then I was looking at I get emails from Lee McCormack from Lee Likes Bikes. He is a mountain bike instructor. And he was talking about, he's now riding an electric dirt bike. And I do wonder, like, if you're taking, obviously the maintenance of the gas engine out, but you're also taking like the shifting out, I think.
Yeah.
So kind of curious, like, would that be fun? If you could eliminate some of the learning curve.
Yeah. I mean, because you didn't get to experience the speed part of it, that's really where I think, because the bikes are so different. It was really, for me, the experiment would have been for you to get some speed and get comfortable with that. And then the second part of that is because the bikes are so big and heavy, you really have to exaggerate your movements to get it to do what you want it to do. But it sounds like you didn't get to that level. There wasn't enough time for you to get that comfortable with the bike. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I don't know, man. I don't know. I almost feel like you should give it another go, but I imagine these things aren't cheap, you know?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was cheap for, obviously it was a gift, and yeah, I don't feel compelled to get back out there right away. I didn't have enough fun on it. And maybe if I got on the bigger bike sooner and got a little bit more comfortable, but even like riding a motorcycle, I feel like I would probably want to be decent at riding a motorcycle before I tried dirt biking. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Or Riding Life on a Gmail, YouTube comments, like if I'm out of line there, but I just want to be comfortable with like the basics, and I wasn't.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That's, what was the experience like of having to like start at the very beginning of something and you feeling like,
yes,
wait a second, like I know how to ride a bike. Yeah. Why can't I pick this up?
That's a really good question. And I think that's where a lot of, like, for me, that was it was really interesting to go back and do something I'm completely uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
And just noticing all those thoughts, all that resistance of like, oh, do I really want to do this? I could cancel it, and like a couple hours in when, I wasn't really struggling. Like I was doing as well as anyone else. It is what it is. There's a learning curve and learning how to ride a dirt bike. But there's the thought crossed my mind of like, do I still want to do this? Like I could bow out right now, and just like, oh no, everything's happening for me. So many times where I'm on the track and there's someone that stalls right in front of me. We're all sharing this relatively small track and we're all new. So people were stalling, people were falling, people were just going like way slower, and just like, okay, this is happening for me. Someone stalls in front of me. That means I get to stop the bike and I get to now restart it, and practice getting first, second gear, So it's just like, okay, no, everything's happening for me, and just keep letting go of the resistance thoughts and keep, and just diving into those. How is this working out for me? And it's a really great way to go through any challenging situation.
Yeah, man, I love that. I love that. A great mindset as I would expect from you. But yeah, all right, interesting. So you will not be going back, and that's it for Moto. All our Moto people are like, gosh,
I could see where it would be fun. There's moments where I was like, oh yeah, this could be really fun, and this certainly could translate. The counter steering was really, really interesting. What's interesting is that he said, the instructor was like, you really want to be squeezing the bike with your knees when you're sitting down, and when you're standing, you really want to be squeezing the bike. And I was like, that's my default. Like, oh, that's my specialty. He's like, hey, I'm riding by. He's like, Dan, you're doing a great job. Like riding like a stick is up your butt. Like you're really stiff. And I was like, yeah, dude, I've got like 20 years of practicing that on the mountain bike. I am on the Mantis. Like, I've never seen such a dynamic Mantis.
Yes.
Really?
Wheelhouse.
That's crazy that you would say that. We just talked about that on the podcast. All right. Well, I know that you're the weather in Pennsylvania. Like you left sunny Arizona, and the weather in Pennsylvania has been either ridiculously hot and humid or raining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. It's been rain all week. Yeah, it's terrible, man. You know what though? It allowed me to work on some other things, and also I think my body needed a little bit of a break because I really did ride almost all.
I was asking you that last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were like, no, I don't need a break. And the universe is like,
I think
I beg to differ. Here's a rainy holiday weekend for you.
There you go. That's how I spun it.
Everything's happening for you. That's
exactly. Right. You know what? And there's going to be plenty of sunny days to come with beautiful riding. So what? It's 1 week. Who gives? I got to work on the pod. I got to work on the channel. Yes. Got some sleep. Yes.
Yes, you got to spin it. It's all perspective. But if anyone's wondering why we're not talking about your rides, it's because
because I don't.
You left Arizona and now it's raining. I mean, I'm just saying, connect the dots. On Ride Laugh across America, we had perfect weather the entire time. In Arizona, it's almost always perfect weather, and then you're not with Lanky D, and the storm clouds roll in.
I asked for it.
I mean, we're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a good listener. I got that going for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I have another surprise update for you. This one not so good.
Oh no. Okay.
And let's spin this one. How's this one working out for me? Because I'm not really sure.
I'm ready.
I lost the drone.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, the drone is gone. Yeah. Completely my fault. I really think it's completely my fault. I did a ride with the very, very fast and steezy Chris Huffmeyer on our e-bikes at Halls.
Yeah.
Awesome ride. I told him, I was like, hey, I got the drone in my backpack. And then we totally forgot about it. And we did an awesome ride and we're ripping all around Halls. And we're gonna finish with this trail called Mine, which anyone here knows Mine's an awesome trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I can't keep up with Chris. So I was like, hey, let's put the drone on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll ride behind you to make sure that I can see it. So like, if you lose it for some reason, I should know.
Yeah.
So off we go. I'm right behind him for like 2 seconds and then he's gone. He's just gone. Like I just can't keep up.
Yes.
Yeah. And later on he was like, I wasn't even going that fast. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You need faster friends. Like, to me, it was very fast.
Yeah.
So we get like, I don't know, a quarter of the way down the trail. And I see him and he's looking at me and he's like, where's the drone? And I was like, well, where's the drone? It's gone. What? So I thought we would find it. I thought we would hike back up the trail and we would see it either hovering or we would hear it beeping.
Yeah.
And we spent like, 45 minutes or an hour just looking for this thing. Could not find it. One of my big mistakes, I think, a couple things, okay, of why this is my fault. First of all, I had it on a really fast rider and I lost sight of him. Okay, so bam, right away, I told Chris I'll keep an eye on it, and then I didn't
drop the ball.
So yeah. Where to use it? I think you probably need to pick your spots a little bit more. Straight line things, slow speed things. I mean, these things certainly could follow, but it lost sight of him. Certainly, it's not Chris's fault at all. He felt terrible. It's really not his fault. It's my toy. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is I did not connect it to my phone. I just took it out of the pack and then like used the settings on the drone.
Oh,
I didn't connect it to the phone.
Yeah.
And there's a feature on there. So if you're going to do like a longer trail, if you're just going to take it out for like a 30-second, like a quick little section, or you're at the pump track or something like that, you don't need to connect it to the phone. But I didn't connect it to the phone. And then there's a Find My Drone feature that we couldn't use because it wasn't connected to the phone. Yeah. So if I had it connected to the phone, it would have showed me where it crashed. Right. Like I would have, and there's a button that you can hit so that it starts making all this noise. I didn't have access to any of that stuff because I hadn't connected to the phone. So I just really kind of like as a newbie on this thing, just kind of like stumbled into a situation where I had to learn the hard way.
Well,
and it's gone.
Here's the big question. Were you smart enough to write your name or put a Ride and Laugh sticker on the drone? Something, some kind of idea. No, of course. Okay.
Nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
Someone's getting a free drone.
I posted on the Hallsaholic Facebook page, like, if you find it, we think it flew out. We think it lost him on the switchback.
Yeah.
And probably flew off into the desert. I don't know why it wasn't beeping. I don't know why we couldn't hear it. There might've been a malfunction there. Maybe the battery fell out. I don't know. So I'm going to contact Amazon, who I bought it through, and DJI, and see if there's any help there. I will be buying another one. I told my wife, I was like, I feel horrible. I know I just like wasted $250, but this thing's awesome. The shots that we got and when I'm solo, the shots that I can get with it for the podcast and for the Instagram, I thought they were really cool. We just used some of the pump track shots last week. It was cool. It's nice having. It's a cool toy.
You know what, DJI, if you're listening, how about you sponsor the Ride and Laugh guys and, the supplies, get us some drones, some action cameras. Yes, come on. Love DJI.
Everyone's been passing the buck. I asked Amazon, they were like, check with DJI Service. I asked DJI Service, they were like, check with DJI Corporate. I'm like, really? DJI Service pushed me onto a different DJI, so now I got to call them. And we'll see what happens. I mean, they got all sorts of flyaway plans that you can buy, and I didn't have any of that stuff either.
Of course not. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. So the good news is I already have the batteries. I just need to get just the plain drone. So it's not.
And you learned a lesson,
but
a painful lesson.
And I learned a lesson. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But and we'll see how it works out for me. It's a tough one. It's just like, I just lost it.
Yep.
I did learn a lot.
Something for our listeners, and let me know if this works, if anyone's tried this, but because you don't want to whip out your phone. I totally get that. You don't want to whip out the phone every time when you use the drone. Is it possible to stick one of these air tags, which are pretty light? Can we stick an air tag on the drone? That way, you can at least search for the air tag. That's always on. And then you wouldn't have to. Yeah, exactly. So has anyone tried that? I'd like to know.
I was wondering that too. Yeah. Ride Laugh 1 at Gmail YouTube comment. That's a YouTube comment. That is a great question for our listeners who have drones. Has anyone else lost it? Has anyone else found it after losing it, like a significant loss?
Yeah.
And has anyone used any like third party, like air tags or spot finder? I'm looking at all those things now. Like, what could I use what can I tape to this thing so that I can track it? And certainly putting your name on it, putting a Ride and Laugh sticker.
Yeah.
I told Chris right before we launched it, I was like, I want to get some neon stickers, so we can see it, because it's just gray. I mean, it just blends right into the environment, So there's definitely a couple things you can do to mitigate the losing process, but man, that was fast. I had it for like a month.
Not even. Yeah, I know.
I was always worried about losing it, but I guess I didn't think it was going to happen. Obviously, or you don't use it. Live and learn.
Yeah, live and learn. Exactly. Well, give me some good news. Jeez Louise, ouch.
Well, let's see. We could talk about a comment that was left on one of our recent podcasts, which was "This changes everything: mountain bike perspective shift for unlimited flow on trails and life." That was a great episode. Really enjoyed that. That was our wrap up in Arizona episode.
Yeah.
And we got so many great comments. Ride and Laugh 1 at Gmail and YouTube comments. Anything that we're talking about today or in the past, throw it in there. We love everyone's feedback. And make sure you rate and subscribe and give us a thumbs up and all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody. Yeah. Auto download. Come on now. So, on that episode, our friend Shelly had a really, really awesome comment that I wanted to highlight. And she talked about the feeling of proving ourselves to others on group rides. And sometimes she's on these rides where she might be the only woman. And so she feels like this extra kind of pressure to like represent for female riders. And so recently she's on a ride and it's a new group and she rode well.
Yeah.
And she was like stoked about that and she felt good about that. And then her question was kind of like, but if I had ridden poorly, I would have given myself grace and all these reasons that it's okay.
Yeah.
And if you're going to eliminate the downside of this external validation, then do you also need to ignore the upside of the external validation? So if we're not going to say, I'm not going to feel bad because I didn't show how good a rider I am in a group, then do we also not get too high when we're like, oh man, I rode great and I got to show those guys what a great rider I was?
Yeah. I mean, Shelly, thank you. That is an excellent question. It's something that I hadn't really thought about too much. I definitely have learned to minimize the value that I put on a ride when I don't do well. I don't do a very good job of minimizing my value when I do well. That's funny. But like, I think it's because I really enjoy Stoke. Like you finish a feature and it's like, I just want to turn around and like, yo, let's get a high five going. Let's share in the Stoke. Let's be happy for each other, for ourselves. I don't know, Danny, that's a really tough one. How do you handle that situation?
Yeah, no, I thought it was an awesome question and it really made me contemplate. And I said before I responded to her, I really just sat with that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think she's spot on. There's a fine line there. There's a difference between feeling good because we impressed other people or because we're excited that we rode well and they now think that we're good riders.
Yeah.
And getting that validation from other people.
That's right.
Versus feeling good because we are already worthy. We are already great riders and we're worthy of feeling good. So it's still okay to feel good and be stoked about, clearing that jump or getting that slab. But within the context of, I feel good because that was fun to do, not because now someone's impressed. Right. So I do think that when we're excited because we got to like perform well in front of other people, that might be something to look at, because that's the flip side of that coin is not pretty.
Yeah. You know what? I think you just nailed it. I think you absolutely just nailed it. And Shelly, both of you guys absolutely nailed it, because you're right. I'm not excited because I impressed somebody. I'm excited that I was able to accomplish something that was a challenge for me, and there's a difference there, like I don't care if there's a crowd of people or if it's just you. Do you know what I mean? Like that never enters my stream of consciousness. I'm more excited that I was able to accomplish something, and that's a huge difference. And so that kind of cleared it up for me. I feel a lot better about this question and my answer to it, because I do take the weight out of the pressure, because I'm not a woman, but I have a channel. And so I feel that kind of same pressure. Like people are looking at me like, oh, Sage, and they're expecting something. Whether that's, I don't know what they're expecting, but they've seen something and they either want
there's an expectation. Yeah.
Yes. And
hopefully they watch the bloopers. Hopefully they watch the bloopers, and then the expectations
very low.
Reasonable. Please watch to the end. Everyone watch to the end. So if you meet Sage, the expectations are reasonable. Watch the Trail Sage videos to the end. There's bloopers in there.
Yes, exactly. But like, I've learned to let that go. And it's taken a lot of work on my part to do that, because I was someone that relied on other people's opinions of me. And it still happens. I still feel that creeping in, but I've learned to let that go. And sure. I think what you're saying is I'm letting go of that positive part too. I'm not doing it for other people. I'm doing this for myself, and it feels good for me, so I love that. Thank you, Shelly.
Yes. If you feel just as good on the solo ride doing it as you do on the group ride, then you know that you're doing it for for yourself.
Yeah.
Right. You're doing it because it feels good and your confidence and flow.
Yes.
Yeah. Ride Laugh on a Gmail, YouTube comments. If this makes sense to you at all, and letting go of, trying to impress, letting go of doing anything for anyone else. Like, we're here to do what feels right, to flow with life, to be confident and feel good.
Yeah.
And that applies to life as well, right? Keeping up with the Joneses, like it's pointless. It's a bottomless pit of trying to impress other people.
The whole scenario, actually, there's so much in this too. Like, we've been in situations where there are a ton of people, and like, I know that I don't do this because I've never been pushed into something that I didn't want to do. And so we had that Hans Ray moment, where that was a big jump. But more recently I had the Puro moment where there was like, 10 guys on that ride, and here I am.
You have to explain that Puro is a trail. You can't just say I had a Puro moment. What kind of podcast? Congratulations. You're a good listener.
Oh gosh, that was bad. Okay, there's a trail.
Hans Ray is a person, and Hans Ray is also a feature, a trail.
That's right.
Puro, I'm not is something, and it's also a trail.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. Well, so yes, there's a massive gap on this trail. I mean, it's infamous at Hawes. And I had told everybody that this was on my hit list. Like, I would like to, there was no expectation, but I'd like to do this. Next thing I know, I have everybody watching. And I never once focused on that. I never felt like, oh, I have to do it now. There's people watching or blah, blah, blah. I really centered in myself. And I'm proud of that. That is something that I've always been able to do. I've been able to shut out the outside noise. I either do it because I want to do it, or I just walk away. And there have been plenty of instances where I've walked away.
Yeah, I think those are great examples. And I certainly agree. It does feel a little bit better when you do something cool and everyone's watching. Like, there is a little extra bump in there, like, we're human. I'm not saying that, no one's saying that we have to be robots about this, but but that's not the reason we're doing it. And recognizing that, like, okay, that felt a little extra good because my buddies are here, and getting the fist bumps and everyone's like, yo, Sage, that was awesome. You did it. That was so cool. And like, there's energy there, and that's cool. You know what I mean? That's love. That's cool.
Yeah.
everyone that wants to come with us and ride with us is going to have an opportunity to see this in action. When we talk about the Costa Rica trip, anyone that's like on the fence of like, I'm not sure the level of the riding, like this is the attitude that we bring to rides. Is like, if you're feeling it and you're confident, you're stacking wins that day, and you want to do something that's a little outside your comfort zone, then we will encourage you. Yeah. But if you're not, then there is no judgment. And none. If you're planning on coming and see Trail Stage and Lanky D send every feature on in the country of Costa Rica, like that may or may not happen.
you might be disappointed. Like, yes.
Yeah. Like let's set expectations. Just because we are going to have that same attitude of like, we're doing what feels good, what we're confident and what looks like fun. And sometimes that's pushing the envelope a little bit, but within the context of stacking wins and confidence. And sometimes it's just, no, not today. And listening to that intuition and not letting thoughts like approval from other people get in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And, we talked about it on the last pod, but if you're hanging out with those kind of people, then that's probably not your group. You know what I mean? Like people that are going to, right. Yep, absolutely.
Or if you notice those thoughts, just be aware of that. That's okay. That's actually great. If you notice those thoughts, if this conversation sparks something in you, or if you, for any other reason, you notice those sorts of thoughts, that's great. Who's noticing, right? The true you, the awareness you, not the thought, right? Who's noticing that thought? So every time you notice like, oh yeah, I do care.
Yeah.
That's great. Step away from that. You're worthy. You're worthy. You're already worthy. You're already worthy. We're all, and the skills are in there. We're all better riders than we think we are. Everything works out for us, whether it's dirt bike training, lost drones, it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out for the best. Let's just see what happens. Let's see. It's going to make great stories.
I was wondering how you were going to spin the drone thing. Yes. I'm interested to see how this drone is going to work out for you. Yes.
Yes. Me too. Me too. Universe, I'm very curious to see how this one works out. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, well, I think this has been a great episode to catch everyone up. And I'm glad that I gave a really long explanation on why we're doing this episode and why it's not the regular length.
Yeah. Okay.
If my explanation was only 5 minutes long, then Sage edited it down because I did like a nice 20-minute dissertation on. Listen up, class. There's a reason that this podcast isn't a full length.
Yes.
And it's happening for you.
That's right. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yes.
Yes. You have more time to go into the archives and listen to other Ride Laugh podcasts that will serve you.
That's right. Yeah.
Make sure you download so we get credit and watch to the end and give it a thumbs up. Yeah. Yep. Yes. RideLaugh1@gmail, YouTube comments, anything we talked about today, anything that resonates, any questions that you have. We're here to help. We've gotten so much awesome feedback and some great emails as well. So don't be shy. Let us know, or even if you're just enjoying the pod, let us know.
Yeah. And I'm curious about like other situations that might come up in terms of pressure that you felt. What are some other things that we haven't talked about? We talked about getting approval from others or getting the pressure to feel like you have to do something when there are other people. Is there something that we're missing here? I know there has to be things that we're missing here. Yeah.
Let's get into it. That's great. Yep. That's a great question. Yeah. RideLaugh1 Gmail, YouTube comments, anything else that makes you feel pressure, right? Including the pressure we put on ourselves. Let's kind of like dive into that, and let's see how we can maybe loosen that pressure and start to dismantle that so that we can really just ride within ourselves and feel good all the time. I love that. That's a great question.
Yeah. All right.
Good job.
Okay.
All right. Well, because we're keeping because we're very, very busy, we are keeping the episode a little bit short. So we're not going to do gratitudes or the tip of the week this week. So we're going to wrap it up. But we appreciate everybody listening. If you're still listening, you are absolutely one of us. You love mountain biking. We appreciate you. Rate and subscribe, auto download, tell your friends.
Yes.
Everyone, thanks for listening. Have a great week and a great week of riding. Ride and laugh.
I'll see everyone.